You're standing in the grocery store staring at two identical-looking apples. One has a little green organic sticker and costs twice as much. The other one looks just as crisp, just as red, but costs half the price. Ever wonder if that organic label actually means the food is healthier, or if you're just paying extra for fancy marketing? Today, I'll explain organic versus non-organic foods like you're 5 years old. By the end, you'll understand what organic really means, which foods are worth the extra money, and when you can skip the premium price without losing any health benefits. Most people think organic means healthier, like the food has more vitamins, more nutrients, more of everything good. But here's the truth that might surprise you. Organic and non-organic foods have almost identical nutrition. Same vitamins, same minerals, same protein, same fiber. Studies comparing organic and conventional produce show no significant difference in nutritional value. An organic apple and a regular apple both give you vitamin C, potassium, and fiber in roughly the same amounts. Stanford University reviewed over 200 studies and found no meaningful nutritional advantage to organic produce. So if you're buying organic because you think it's more nutritious, you're spending extra money for something that doesn't exist. But that doesn't mean organic is pointless. The real difference isn't what's in the food, it's what's on the food. Organic farming limits synthetic pesticides and fertilizers. That means fewer chemical residues end up on certain fruits and vegetables. And this matters to you because some produce absorbs or holds on to pesticides way more than others. Think strawberries, spinach, apples, grapes. These are thin-skinned, delicate foods that pesticides cling to even after washing. If you eat a lot of these, going organic can genuinely reduce your pesticide exposure. Not eliminate it completely, but reduce it significantly. Testing shows organic strawberries have up to 70% fewer pesticide residues than conventional ones. That's a real, measurable difference. Now here's where it gets interesting. Not all produce needs to be organic. Some foods have thick peels or husks that act like natural shields. Bananas, avocados, onions, pineapples, sweet potatoes. By the time you peel them, most pesticide residues are gone. The part you eat never touched the chemicals. This is why smart shoppers follow something called the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15. The Dirty Dozen are the 12 foods with the highest pesticide residues. The Clean 15 are the ones with the lowest. If you're on a budget, buy organic for the Dirty Dozen and skip it for the Clean 15. You'll cut your pesticide exposure without doubling your grocery bill. This strategy can save a family of 4 over $1,500 per year, while still reducing pesticide interface by roughly 80%. But wait, here's what most people don't know. Organic farms can still use pesticides. They just have to be natural or approved pesticides instead of synthetic ones. Copper sulfate, neem oil, pyrethrin. These are all allowed in organic farming. Some of them are just as toxic as synthetic pesticides if used incorrectly. The word organic doesn't mean pesticide-free. It means the pesticides come from natural sources. And natural doesn't automatically equal safe. Arsenic is natural, snake venom is natural. Organic farmers follow strict rules, but they're not growing food in a chemical-free bubble. This matters to you because the organic label creates an illusion of purity that isn't always accurate. You might pay $3 more for organic lettuce thinking it's completely clean, but it could still have residues from approved organic pesticides. The difference is smaller than the marketing suggests. And here's the kicker. Washing your produce properly removes most pesticide residues anyway. Cold water and a little scrubbing take off surface chemicals, whether the food is organic or not. You don't need fancy produce washes or vinegar soaks, just water and friction. Studies show a 30-second rinse under running water removes up to 75% of surface residues. If you're peeling something like a potato or carrot, you're removing even more routers. And if you're cooking it, heat breaks down many pesticides further. So why do people pay extra for organic? 3 main reasons. First, some genuinely want to reduce pesticide exposure for their kids. Children eat more food per pound of body weight than adults, so residues hit them harder. A toddler eating the same apple as an adult gets a proportionally higher dose of any chemicals present. Second, some people care about environmental impact. Organic farming typically uses fewer synthetic chemicals, which means less pollution in soil and water. Third, some prefer supporting smaller farms with different growing practices. These are all valid reasons. But they're not about the food being more nutritious or magically healthier. Now check this out. The price difference matters more than most people admit. Organic food costs an average of 47% more than conventional food. For some items, it's double or triple. If going organic means you buy less fresh produce overall because it's too expensive, you've actually made your diet worse. Eating more fruits and vegetables matters way more for your health than whether those fruits and vegetables are organic. A regular apple every day beats an organic apple once a week. Volume and variety trump the organic label every single time. Research consistently shows that people who eat more produce, regardless of type, have lower rates of heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. Here's what you need to understand about food safety. Both organic and non-organic foods sold in the U.S. must meet strict safety standards. The USDA and FDA test for pesticide residues constantly. The limits are set far below levels that could cause harm. When studies find residues, they're usually tiny fractions of the safety threshold. We're talking parts per million or parts per billion. Does that mean zero risk? No. But it means the actual danger from eating conventional produce is incredibly small, far smaller than the health risk of not eating enough produce at all. You'd need to eat hundreds of servings daily for decades to approach problematic exposure levels from conventional produce. And here's the part that connects everything. Your real risk isn't pesticides on your apple. It's eating too much processed food, too much sugar, too little fiber, and not enough vegetables. An organic cookie is still a cookie. Organic potato chips are still fried carbs and salt. The organic label gets slapped on junk food all the time, and people buy it thinking it's healthier. It's not. Organic doesn't mean low calorie, low sugar, or nutritious. It just means it was grown or made following organic standards. You can eat an all-organic diet and still be wildly unhealthy if you're choosing organic versions of terrible foods. This matters to you because food companies exploit the health halo effect. They know you'll pay more and feel better about organic junk food. Don't fall for it. So here's what actually works. Buy organic for the foods where it makes the biggest difference. Strawberries, spinach, kale, apples, grapes, peaches, cherries, pears, tomatoes, celery, potatoes. These absorb and hold pesticides more than other foods. Skip organic for bananas, avocados, sweet corn, pineapples, onions, papayas, asparagus, mangoes, eggplant, honeydew, kiwi, cabbage, cauliflower, cantaloupe, broccoli. The residues on these are minimal, even when grown conventionally. Wash everything thoroughly, no matter what. Peel when it makes sense, and prioritize eating more produce overall, instead of stressing about the label. One more thing. Organic meat, eggs, and dairy are a different conversation. Organic animal products come from animals raised without routine antibiotics or growth hormones. They're fed organic feed and given access to the outdoors. For some people, this matters a lot. The animal welfare standards are generally higher. The environmental footprint can be lower, but nutritionally, organic milk and regular milk are nearly identical. Same with eggs and chicken. The differences are in how the animals were raised, not what the final product does for your body. Some studies suggest organic dairy has slightly higher omega-3 fatty acids, but the difference is so small it won't transform your health. So to recap, organic foods aren't more nutritious than conventional foods. Same vitamins, same minerals, same health benefits. The real difference is lower pesticide residues on certain produce. Buy organic for thin-skinned fruits and veggies if you can afford it. Skip it for thick-peeled produce. Wash everything well. And never let the organic label trick you into thinking junk food is healthy. Eating more fruits and vegetables matters infinitely more than whether they're organic. Spending your whole budget on 3 organic apples instead of buying a week's worth of regular produce is a loss, not a win. Here's the real question that matters. Would you rather eat strawberries every single day knowing you're getting all their health benefits, or eat organic strawberries twice a month and miss out on nutrition the rest of the time?